Every dog at the shelter had been passed over at least once, some of them dozens of times. But there was one dog nobody could explain. Her name was Scout, and for 3 months she sat in the back corner of her kennel, tail down, eyes low, barely lifting her head when families walked through. Volunteers called her the Shadow. Not aggressive, not broken, just waiting, as if she already knew the right person hadn't arrived yet. The shelter staff had seen it before, dogs that shut down in kennels, but Scout was different. She would watch people come in, families with strollers, couples looking for a running partner, kids dragging their parents toward the more energetic dogs. Scout would watch them pass and look away. It wasn't sadness exactly, it was more like patience, like she was holding something in reserve, waiting for a frequency only she could hear. Then, one Tuesday morning, a woman named Carol came in. She wasn't there to adopt, she was just returning a bag of donated blankets. But her son, Marcus, 8 years old, quiet as morning fog, had come along for the ride. Marcus didn't rush to the playful puppies. He didn't point and squeal like most kids. He just walked slowly down the row, hands in his pockets, eyes soft, like he was reading something the rest of us couldn't see. And then he stopped, right in front of Scout's kennel. Nobody told Marcus about Scout. Nobody warned him she was the dog who never responded. He just crouched down, quietly, slowly, and he said, almost in a whisper, "Hey, it's okay. I see you." Scout stood up. 3 months of stillness, and she stood up. She walked to the front of the kennel, pressed her nose gently through the wire, and sat down directly in front of Marcus. Just the two of them, in a language nobody else in that room spoke. Carol watched from the doorway, her hand over her mouth. A shelter volunteer, Jamie, later said she'd worked there 6 years and had never seen Scout do that, not once. It was like she'd been waiting just for him, Jamie said, like somehow she always knew he was coming. What they didn't know, what Carol only shared later, was that Marcus had stopped talking for almost a year, after his father left, after the move, after the silence settled in. He'd been in therapy, he'd been patient, but words for Marcus had become heavy things, until Scout. Carol filled out the adoption paperwork that same afternoon. Within a week, neighbors were noticing something. Marcus was outside again, calling Scout's name across the yard, telling her in full sentences about his day at school. His therapist said it best. Sometimes a child needs to be chosen first, before they can believe they're worth choosing. Scout didn't just find a home, she found the one boy in the world who needed to be seen just as badly as she did. We talk a lot about rescuing animals, but sometimes they're the ones doing the rescuing. If this story moved you, share it. Someone out there needs to hear it today. And if you've ever felt like Scout, like you've been waiting in a corner for someone who truly sees you, keep waiting. They're on their way.